Hey, what's going on, everybody? Yesterday, we reported that Toei, the creators of Super Sentai, will not be involved in this new Power Rangers Disney Plus series. And that got me thinking about 5 years ago, the Illuminerdi actually broke the news and said that Hasbro and Toei were eventually going to split and go their own ways, and the damn internet went crazy. I want to talk about this moment and tell you guys the Illuminerdi was right. Let's break it down. Hit that intro, Rangers.
You are watching the Fan Club.
You're watching the Fan Club.
And you're watching the Fan Club. Do you know what time it is?
And you know what time it is.
It's time for the Fan Club. Let's go. Hey!
I can't do this on my own, cause you know things ain't always sweet when you out here in these streets. But my morpher when it morphed, I made a fake one.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Fan Club. It is your boy Dan Brosnan in the building. We actually have a fun episode today. The last few days we have been talking about the news of the Disney Plus project, and we found out yesterday that Toei will not be involved in this one, and it got me thinking about 5 years ago, our friends at the Illuminerdi put out an article and it made the internet go nuts. If you guys don't know who the Illuminerdi are, they are a group of creators on YouTube and various platforms. They also have a website and they cover a lot of pop culture subjects, especially Power Rangers. They're kind of like the Fan Club, but different, and they have some pretty cool writers that I think do a good job. Now, we're going to take you back to the Illuminerdi's article from July 8th, 2020, written by Bryce West. I want to read a few excerpts out of this. It's titled, Hasbro to End Partnership with Toei. What this means for Power Rangers on TV exclusive. The Illuminerdi has recently got word that Hasbro will reportedly not be continuing their partnership with Toei. We speculate on the near future of the Power Rangers. The Illuminerdi has recently got word that Hasbro will reportedly not be continuing their partnership with Toei, including the use of footage from Super Sentai for the Power Rangers television series. This means that according to our sources, Super Sentai will no longer be a factor in production for Power Rangers. Our sources are also telling us that this could mean 2021's Dino Fury will be the last season of the long-running franchise after their contract with Nickelodeon expires. Edit to clarify, this is in reference to the current iteration of the franchise and not Power Rangers as a whole. But little did they know they were more right than they knew. Dino Fury, and we know this now, after season 2, they didn't know what they were going to do, and they had a whole different idea with the Jonathan Entwistle reboot, stuff like that, and then at the last second, they gave us Cosmic Fury and Once and Always, and we know now that Once and Always had like 3-4 different versions, and then they settled on the version that we got on Netflix. And it wasn't bad. I felt like they could have done even more, but this article is crazy. They're talking about a lot of things that aren't even in play no more, like E1. And then I want to get into this personal opinion, okay? In my personal opinion, I think it would be beneficial for Hasbro to move on to an animated series going forward. Fans for years have expressed interest in a Power Rangers animated series, and if Boom Comics have proved anything, it's that these characters can have amazing storylines when they aren't being restricted by existing footage. They also could adapt certain storylines from the comics, such as Shattered Grid. They also talked about, now another thing that our sources have confirmed is that Hasbro is committed to their upcoming Power Rangers movie that is in development over at Paramount. Now, back in 2020, this was what was going on. Similar to like right now, we think the Disney Plus thing's happening. At the time, everyone thought they were working on this Paramount project, and that was the big reason why they were going to change the lane up, because we wanted to go original. And it might have took 5 years later, but it sounds like we're finally going to go original. Now, 5 years later, this article does not seem that crazy. When they released this, like every 6 months to a year, there was evidence that this was actually going to happen. And 5 years later doesn't sound crazy, but at the time, there were so many fans that were pissed off at the Illuminerdi. They were getting like death threats, were called every name in the book. The fans tarnished their name just because they didn't agree with what they were hearing. But I remember at the time, I was just trying to calm everybody down and say, like, these guys are just reporting on what they're hearing. They didn't make this up. This makes sense. And I was kind of on their side. And I remember I made a few videos and there were some fans that weren't very nice. They were calling me racist because I agreed with Power Rangers going original. They said that if they split with Toei, that's cultural appropriation because Power Rangers would be nothing without the Japanese. So in fact, I am racist if I support it. That's what they were saying. And now 5 years later, nobody thinks that that is racist or that is crazy. Actually, the Illuminerdi were like the first ones to really talk about this, and they got so much heat. Maybe some people don't remember how much heat they got, but I remember because I was just more of like a smaller YouTuber at the time and thinking, man, how do they handle that much like pushback from just reporting on the news, just being told something? It was wild, man. I remember talking to some of the members of the Illuminerdi about this, and I always had their back on this subject because they're just talking to people. They're talking to sources. When they're told something, they report on it. They weren't sitting here making it up, and as you guys see, they weren't lying. They were pretty correct about most of it, and of course, a lot of things changed from the Jonathan Entwistle project being canceled to, it was on Nickelodeon and then it went to Netflix and now it's going to Disney 5 years later. Like, a lot can happen in 5 years, but man, oh man, I wanted to make a video about this because I always felt like the Illuminerdi got so much pushback on this and it wasn't really warranted. They were just telling the truth. They were just telling us what they were being told. But what are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments. Shout out all the fans out there that take the time out of their day to watch this content. You are the real MVPs, and we'll see you next time. Peace. I want to give a special shout out to the Gold Ranger members Salima Ramirez, Stephen Heffelman, Anime King Nick, Louis Cairns, Thomas Franco, and Roderick Ham. Thank you guys so much for your support. And if you want a video shout out like this one, sign up to be a Gold Ranger member today. Hey, what's going on? Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like, subscribe, hit that share button, and if you can, please sign up to be a member today. We have 3 membership power-ups. We have the Gold Ranger power-up, the most popular. You get into our exclusive fan club chat group. We have fan exclusive videos that we are adding monthly now, and you get a video shout out. Yes, folks, at the end of our videos, I will shout out your name. We also have the Quantum Ranger power up where you get monthly meetings online with me. Yes, folks, we will talk once a month on Zoom, and you can give me your ideas for future episodes. And then we have a professional package, the Dr. K Power Up, that is for businesses that want to tap into the platform. If you guys can, please sign up to be a member today. It is highly appreciated and it helps us keep these videos going. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Peace.
Hi, we're Bulk and Skull. We have been requested by the fan club to say something funny.